Look at the sweat from feeding the cats. I'm going to feed the cats now. It was raining like a motherfucker earlier this morning. Man, got this situation in, the trailer park. I'm getting the full... I cut this shit off. We're getting the full trailer park experience. My neighbor's kind of across from me, like, he's been getting into it with his wife or his girlfriend. And it's been getting fucking, domestic violence-y. More like it's straight up fucking misdemeanors. And he's coming over to my neighbors with his fucking face all scratched up and, whatever is going on. I mean, I don't, whatever, but you can't fucking be living like that, when you got kids. They got little ass fucking kids. It don't matter what age they are. But it's like my neighbors are like, oh no, people get into it, you guys are young. And I haven't broke it down for him yet, because I'm really gonna try to tell him, I don't know what kind of father the dude had, and you kind of just can't talk to people like, yo, this is just fucking common sense, because, it isn't, or things would be easier. But it's like, I have a feeling that a big part of it is your girlfriend doesn't fucking respect you as a man because you don't pay the bills and you don't work. I don't care what anybody says. Somewhere, in our DNA, God gave us as men. It's just in your fucking software program already included. Standard procedure is, as a man, I feel like it's my job. Not even that it's my job, it's just inside my cellular structure to, fucking, protect women, protect people that can't defend themselves. Take care of my family, take care of my animals, be somebody that people can, look at and go, yeah, that dude's, he does, whatever. And it's just like, dude, you're just not doing that. Like, I'm coming over and talking to you about playing video games. You got 4 motherfucking kids, dude. You know what I mean? And you're 27 and she's 23. Like, dude, like, what are we doing? That's the first thing, like, and he's talking about having more kids, and it's like, man, if I knew that the fucking government was going to take care of me, I would have been popping out not really, but I would have been popping out some fucking kids. These people don't have nothing to worry about, man. Like, they just don't, they just literally, I'm not even saying it to be like, whatever. It is what the fuck it is. And I think, I don't think, I know. And I'm going to have to fucking, like, break it down to his ass. Like, bro, like, since I've known you, you've had one job in 6 months. You've been home. Is that my cat over there? I can't tell. That's what these people do. They fucking just stack shit up in sleep places. They call this felony camping, which... it is, because they leave a fucking mess everywhere. See, I wouldn't leave that like that if I stayed here overnight, and I did sleep out here in this motherfucker, and I never left shit where you... I'm gonna say, if I stepped in shit, I'm gonna come back here and fuck somebody up. I never left shit out here. They leave syringes and fucking nonsense everywhere. So anyways, it's like, bro, you don't... pay the bills. When's the last time, you guys don't have a car? The sister is 21. She gets a check from disability. She pays all the bills and watches your kids and does the laundry and everything else. And you guys kind of treat her like fucking Cinderella. You know what I mean? And as a man, bro, you shouldn't be fucking, like, I'm just saying, like, man, as a man, I mean, there's good pride to have, and that's fucking pride right there. There ain't no way, you know, I'm letting a girl pay all my bills. There ain't no way I'm driving a girl's car. You know, there ain't, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, like, have some shame. And, you know, here's what, you know, long story short, here's the nuts and bolts of it. And this is exactly what I'm going to tell him, bro. You can't be the man of the house and not paying the man's share of the bills and not being a man. So whatever, there's no excuse for her doing whatever she's doing to you, you know, but you need to fucking leave. One, you need to get a job to where you can provide for your family, okay, and pay a third of the bills. And you need to fucking have a place to get the fuck out of, and you need to move out and just work on it from there. Whatever happens, you know, enough of this. We're young, because the young shit, man, you're 27 years old. You're not young, okay? In the eyes of the law, I think he's already gotten arrested once for it. Bro, what are we doing? You know, shit ain't cute anymore. You know what I mean? Shit is not cute. Nobody goes to work. They get $1,000 a month in food stamps. They told me that, you know. I don't see anybody outside. It's Florida, but I just have a feeling like, you know, there's probably drugs. Beautiful little fucking kids. They're so beautiful, the little girls they have. Oh my God, like they just melt, you know, they just melt my heart. And seeing people just hate in their lives. And man, no one told you to have 4 fucking kids at 23 years old. Like, I mean, what the fuck are you doing? You know, and then dude's talking about having another one, bro. You're not even taking care of the fucking kids you got now. You know what I mean? Like, how could you be so fucking lackadaisically fucking stupid that you think that this shit is okay? You know, like, dude, you don't got a car, you don't got a driver's license, you don't know how to drive. Okay, that's fine, bro. I'll teach you how to fucking drive. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I know I didn't have, you know, I don't have help, you know, but I'll, you know, and I'm going to tell them, I will teach you both how to drive. But we are not going to continue, you cannot continue this fucking cycle of bullshit. Because people are going to be going to motherfucking jail. I'm just telling you. Hi, little tidbits of nothingness. Oh, no butt. Look at that. No tail. Just a nub. Just a nub of a butt. Oh, sweet. Hello, little rabbit. Oh, my little sweet rabbit. Yes. Yes, whiny baby. Yes. So, well, I'll drop some out in case. And I got some more. You got water too? Oh, Jessica must have been here. She hooked you up. Okay. I got you the good food too. You know, I've been through it. I've got an arm full of scars. Fucking deep. Fucking ripping the ink out of my tattoos and shit. Bitch was such a fucking nut job. Fucking, I got shit all over the place. And, bro, you just can't be, you know, not that shit was kosher, but, you know, I had to, you know, I made mistakes too, you know, with that. We all make mistakes, you know. I give you credit for not slapping her. You know, I give you hella credit for not slapping her the fuck around, because it's very hard when a girl's scratching the... I had a woman in line tell me, she's like, I'll pray for you. I know my niece used to cut herself right somewhere in here, right there. That shit's legit. Like, you can see all that shit. You know what I mean? Trying to tell people, you know, telling people that I fucked, man, if I punched you, sweetie, anybody that I've ever tapped in the face pretty much falls down on something or falls backwards. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Just ridiculousness, but it's all about balance. The balance is, your balance is off in your relationship. She's supposed to be being the mom and the wife and the nurturer, and you're supposed to be the fucking protector of all things and this, that, and the other. And you wonder, and I was telling him, he's a Muslim, and then he don't believe in God, and he don't really know if he believes. Well, okay, well, bro, that's cool. You don't need to believe in God to start, being a man. You don't need, it sure helps, you don't need to believe in God to start being a good person and a good husband and a good boyfriend and a good father and just a whatever. But you need to start somewhere, So I just don't know. Well, your life, I can tell, this is what the world looks like today because of God, not in our schools. This is because of the filth that we've allowed in our... Man, is that broken glass everywhere? What the fuck? This is why the world is the way it is, and it's fucking upsetting, man. It really is, and I'm just tired of people fucking acting like, oh man, people get... I was ready to tell my neighbors, you guys are 50-something years old or 60 years old. No, not everybody fucking just gets into it like that. No, that shit is not fucking acceptable. And I'm not gonna make this about me, but I was in a fucking situation where the bitch punched me in the face with a closed fist, broke my window at my house, punched holes in the wall, did all kinds of shit like men do, you know what I mean? And I was in an abusive relationship, and I kind of think now, hearing stories that she used to tell, I'm kind of starting to think like, she'd be like, oh, my husband, man, there ain't no way your husband beat you up, okay, sweetheart? There ain't no way with how tough you are that your husband beat you up. I think you were beating the fuck out of your husband, and your husband fled your situation, not vice versa. Anyways, it's another story. Whatever, but I'm just so tired of seeing this everywhere. Get out of the fucking relationship. Stop sticking your dick in people and making kids, and for 5 seconds of fun. Best thing that ever happened to me, no fucking kids, okay? No kids. I ain't, because then you got to deal with the bitch bringing other dudes around and this, that, and the other, and she's being a hoe. You don't know who's molesting your kid or telling your kid to fuck off when you're not there. Man, shut up. Because I would fucking tee off on somebody.